International news today, June 3rd, 2025. Iranian official says US nuclear proposal is incoherent and disjointed as sources warned talks momentum is collapsing. UN demands probe as Israeli forces kill more people near aid site in Gaza. Russia and Ukraine agree to prisoner swap but peace talks stall in Istanbul. Sudan's new prime minister dissolves government one day after taking office. Summary of the news. Iranian official says US nuclear proposal is incoherent and disjointed as sources warns talks momentum is collapsing. A senior Iranian official criticized a new US nuclear deal proposal as incoherent and disjointed, signaling growing pessimism about the negotiations. While President Trump recently expressed optimism about a near agreement, the proposal appears to have shifted the US stance on uranium enrichment. It now suggests Iran could enrich low-level uranium under international oversight, which marks a reversal from previous US demands for Iran to halt all enrichment. This change has sparked internal contradictions. Trump later declared no enrichment will be allowed under any deal. Iran, while open to an enrichment consortium, insists on maintaining control over its own nuclear program. The Iranian official blamed the US for inconsistent positions, saying the latest proposal contradicts earlier agreements and complicates progress. Following a fifth round of talks in Rome on May 23rd, both sides had planned to continue discussions, but sources now say future talks are uncertain. UN demands probe as Israeli forces kill more people near aid site in Gaza. Israeli forces have opened fire for the second time in 2 days on Palestinians seeking food aid in southern Gaza, killing at least 3 and injuring over 30. Witnesses report snipers and drones targeting civilians without warning. The UN has condemned the repeated shooting and called for an independent investigation, calling the situation unacceptable. Meanwhile, Israeli airstrikes across Gaza killed 51 people and injured over 500 in 24 hours as forced displacement orders continue. Critics accuse Israel of using aid control and military pressure to depopulate northern Gaza, describing the strategy as a form of ethnic cleansing. Russia and Ukraine agreed to prisoner swap, but peace talks stall in Istanbul. Russia and Ukraine have agreed to a new prisoner swap and the return of 6,000 fallen soldiers following talks in Istanbul. The deal includes the release of all seriously wounded prisoners and all captured fighters aged 18 to 25, with at least 1,000 exchanged on each side. Despite this progress, no agreement was reached on a ceasefire. Russia rejected calls for an unconditional truce, instead proposing short pauses in specific areas. It also presented a memorandum demanding Ukrainian withdraw from annexed regions, halt mobilization, and adopt neutrality, conditions Kyiv and its allies have dismissed. Ukraine, meanwhile, launched long-range drone attacks that damaged over 40 Russian warplanes. President Zelensky warned that if talks fail, stronger sanctions on Russia will be needed. Sudan's new prime minister dissolves government one day after taking office. Sudanese Prime Minister Camille Idris has dissolved the caretaker government just 1 day after being sworn in, the first prime minister since a military coup 4 years ago. Sudan has been embroiled in a civil war since April 2023 when fighting broke out between the military and the Rapid Support Force (RSF). Idris called on countries supporting the RSF to stop their criminal operations and pledged to serve the Sudanese people with dedication. The conflict has caused massive devastation with at least 24,000 reported deaths, over 14 million displaced, including 4 million refugees, and widespread atrocities such as mass rape and ethnic killings, especially in Darfur. Several areas are also facing famine, with Darfur as the epicenter. Follow for more. June 3rd, 2025.